Hello and welcome everyone to our monthly reading for June 2016. And it's gonna be a good one. In opening up the clairvoyant alchemy readings for June and the love scenes forecasted June, it's a lot of love on the table, okay? And we also have for June 20th, which not only is this second full moon in the fire sign of Sagittarius, okay, we have now on June 20th, not the 21st, is the summer solstice. The summer solstice falls on June 20th for 2016. I was saying it's going to be the 21st on the cusp of this full moon, but it's going to be what I like to call that double whammy energy, and we want to harness it, okay? And I do want to wish happy birthday greetings to my Gemini friends and my Cancer friends. Blessings to y'all. And for any of you Gemini folk who have your birthday June 20th, make sure we get outside, get outdoors. For everybody, even, all of us could benefit from going outside. And I did want to repeat, in case of you didn't see some of my videos I've been talking about, this is going to be this June, July, okay? So Gemini's going to finish up the June side of it, and then July begins with the Cancer, okay? So we have birthdays for both of you, but it's called a honeymoon, Honey, honeymoon. And it's also for the Cancers, a sea mother's moon, okay? And Cancers, you pretty much are about the family and the home front, and you ruled by the moon, my Cancer sweet friends. It's just so important that you definitely, absorb it, moon gaze all you want. I think it's just wonderful. Okay, and then the tarot for this month is also the moon, okay? So, my darlings, definitely, especially you Cancer folk who are ruled by Luna, get out there and, put out those wishes, okay? Put out those intentions, no doubt. And the herbs, for those of you who are into flower essences and herbs, it's meadowsweet, vervain, parsley, and skullcap. The colors are orange and golden green. The stones are topaz, agate, fluorite, and pearl. The animals are honeybee, of course, butterfly, frog, and peacock. Okay. The goddesses are the butterfly maiden, Ceridwen, and Ishtar. And Ishtar is also Inanna, the Sumerian goddess, who the Sumerians are the first ones that gave tablet form writing, if I'm correct with all that. And Ceridwen is a Welsh Celtic goddess of rebirth, transformation, and inspiration. So let's embrace this moon. And the medicine for this June, July honeymoon is contentment, Lithia, which is the summer solstice, time of light, decision making, strengthen and reward positive qualities of oneself. Okay, so embracing you, loving you first. We've been talking about that for a long time now. And the creative power is to organize. So most definitely, whatever no longer serves you, donate, pay it forward, you know what to do. And the action is to balance, okay? Well, we can balance every day of our lives, right? I think that would be a very positive thing to have going on there. But how beautiful, and Luna is a moon goddess, okay? So just embrace her. For those of you who follow me long enough, I'm all about the moon and its cycles, the 13 moon cycles. That's why I'm bringing in these monthly reads for us. So with the papers I just talked about, so we can embrace her, okay? Because really, with this special planet we live on Earth, coincides with the sun and the moon, okay? And our sun star is one that we need to powerfully pray to as much as you can, and embrace its warmth and what it gives us, bounty and harvest, our plants, obviously, the nourishment for our animals, ourselves. Very important, okay? Well, because we got these fire sign moon Sagittarius, I had to bring out the dragon deck. And also, I wanted to bring out the angel card readings. I haven't worked with them in a while. And Sagittarius' trump card is the Temperance card, which is an angel with the alchemy, okay? And that's been coming out too. Working with the alchemy, you know, we want to become our alchemists within and magicians. So, you know, working with the moon, earth, air, fire, water, spirit, elements, that's how we can embrace it. And because Gemini's trump card is the Lover's card, I brought out the True Love deck, which I just did some readings with, and I thought they came out pretty fun, so I brought them out. And Archangel Michael is my go-to oracle when, you know, we want to harness powerful energies like what we've got going on right now. So this is going to be a 9-card spread for all of us, and I appreciate all my new subscribers and viewers and people making comments that I'm very approachable. I like to, you know, I try to answer all the comments. I like that. So thank you again, and for your positive feedback. Very beautiful. It just makes me feel like I'm on the right track. I'm on the right path for me. Okay? All right, so let's pick our 9 cards, and we'll close with Archangel Michael. And I'm wishing all of you, a wonderful month of June. Okay, embrace it. This is a good month. I'm just feeling really positive about it. Like, even, you know, that some of you are going to take charge of your lives finally. You know, we're sick and tired of being sick and tired of, and you want to have that complete courage to move forward on what your path is about, okay? Even when the naysayers are, you know, and mainly their family or friends, just believe in you, believe in spirit, believe there's a purpose. We all have a purpose on this planet, okay? And it's mainly to align with the divine, okay? So we align with the divine, and all else falls into place as it should be, okay? Let go and let God, like they say, all right? But I do feel June is, you know, we can expect like miracles, you know, things that are just going to be like, for many, the aha moment, as they say, or that literally things just fall in your place, fall in your lap. They just come to you, okay? Because it's meant to be. It's meant to be, because you're getting that mental clarity, and you're going with divine flow, and you're embracing the light, okay? You're embracing the light, okay? My little tarot dragoness just fell down. Came through. And I put it here because this image is for the lovers as well, okay? And then the star. So let's look up to the sky, my darlings. Look up to the stars, no doubt about it, and embrace our magical sun, especially for this summer solstice. How I really, you can tell I'm all excited, because I don't recall feeling this, because I like to harness energies. You know, that's what I feel my spiritual teachings are about, and we can all do it. But like this June is going to be an awakener for so many people. But just take care of you and believe in you, and victory can happen in many ways. But you got to walk the talk, okay? Walk the talk, and that's how we do it. All right, well, 9 cards are on the table. I was talking a little bit too much. I didn't do my deep breathing, but I'm just excited, and I don't want to, you know, I've been meditating on this reading for certain, okay? So let's see what our 9-card spread has to say. And again, blessings to all. And we start out with the dragons with the 7 of Swords, okay? 7 of Swords. So we know that the swords is that air element, okay? And 7, I've talked about it as a spiritual number, but it also can bring challenges, all right? So either when we were talking about this coming June, or June, beginning tomorrow, make this month where you're going to shine, okay? That you're going to take charge and you're going to live in courage with yourself, okay? Because with this, no matter whatever challenges, when you work with the divine flow, it can bring that spiritual victory, okay? Spiritual victory. But you got to work it. You got to walk it. You got to talk it, okay? And you got to think spiritually now, you know? To work with the divine, you have to open up those channels and you have to listen for their messages or write a word, whatever comes to thought to you, or an image. Sometimes you might even see a little picture in your third eye, in your mind's eye there, okay? Just jot it all down, because you'd be amazed when you jot things down and then it exits from your mind right away. Because I can tell you, I'm one. That's why I try to jot everything down, okay? And I refer to many words that I've written down years and years ago, and then I find that piece of paper and it's so more apropos today, okay? But this, whether you're going through challenges, if not, work with divine flow, spiritual victory, okay? And remember, sevens are that spiritual number. So, you know, align, if you dig on the dragons, align with your dragons, they are supreme protectors, okay? And it's amazing what kind of courage the dragons can deliver, especially to those of us who are on our spiritual quest, our spiritual destiny path. And now we have the 5 of coins. Okay, so now this is another thing. Changes, 5s are about change and movement, sort of like moving on. So don't give up on you, okay? Can be some money changing, okay? Because the coins, the earth, is that about resources, but you could also be maybe moving somewhere else too, and also it could be maybe movement forward towards a business scenario. Business trip can be for some of you, okay? But this is all about movement. So make the money work for you. Remember, we don't hoard money. Money has energy, and it comes and it goes, okay? But we do not waste it. We do not, we keep it with value. It's just like Mother Earth. We value her, okay? We follow her cycles, the seasons, and now here we're coming into the summer season, as Cancer is the first cardinal sign, opens up this new season, which is summer, okay, for us here. So it's beautiful, but make awareness that money is on the coins on the table, and you got to keep it flowing, okay? Keep it moving, okay? Create the ideas to make the money, or if you're working in partnership with others in your job force, you give the proper intentions out, okay? But it could be money with business as well. But movement, you got to keep movement, okay? And 4 of coins is here. So there is money on the table here, but some of this now 4 I like that number 4 because it's like that stability. I kind of compared to how the pyramids were built in Egypt, on a square, and it does give that stability and that good supply, okay? And so it could also mean that the finances are good. How they say the dragons love their treasures, okay? They're like pirates. They love the treasure, and they guard it with their life, okay? So you can see this dragon. He's got a treasure boatload here, and he's guarding it, but he can also guard it for you with protection, okay? So if the finances are coming in well, smile and shine on that, all right? And just you keep continuing doing what you're doing, because the coin is here. But now, we don't want to hoard money. We were just saying, okay, money comes and money goes. So pay it forward. If you are into tithing, that's beautiful. But I'm not saying give away money per se, but remember, just work with it like the energies, okay? Work with it, because now look, we've gone back to back here. So, and here's the dragon, again, guarding it, all right? But it can definitely mean that, like business, money changing hands, things like that. But it's money to be working with, okay? Like you're satisfied in what's happening, and you've got the good value going on. All right, well, that's kind of cool, because really money doesn't come out like this a lot, So that it came from the dragons, that's good, because it shows that there's protection as long as you know, keep it in balanced. Keep everything in balance. 8 of air, an illusion of being trapped, a lack of self-confidence, afraid to take action. Okay, well, isn't this grand? And look at the unicorns there. There's 8 of them, and that's a power card, okay? But now the air is, again, the swords. So we have to really overcome these obstacles, okay? Overcoming anything. Look, we go from the 7 to the 8. Okay, so if some of you have been sort of like, oh, I just don't know what I'm supposed to be doing, that's okay. But now, give it up to the universe. Put your intentions out there. Work with the divine flow, okay? Because now it's time. And it is an illusion of being trapped. It is a lack of self-confidence, afraid to take action. So we were talking about that now. It's time for you to, take courage, have courage, okay? Get outdoors, embrace the elements, the earth, air, fire, water, of course, looking up to the sun star and embracing the messages from spirit, okay? And let it flow, because here we have money, so the money is available, okay? It's there. I mean, you even, for some of those of you who already have a little stash and you're thinking on a new business deal or a new birth of a business for yourself, self-employed, it's all wonderful, but don't get caught up, okay? You can have spiritual victory and power and success. 8s are about those powers, but yes, many times we don't want to take that first step, and especially when the family or the friends are like, you can't do that, or why do you want to do that, or who are you, blah blah blah. But when you work with the divine, they bring the beauty, okay? They're the ones that bring the miracles, okay? And you can master it. So, and a shower of abundance can come when you align with them, all right? So here we do have, the air element has come out twice with the swords. But just consider that you got all those swords with you, okay? And you're going to have that mental brilliance to shine it on, okay? And 6 of air, things are looking up. The end of a difficult situation and taking a trip. There we go. So perhaps maybe that business trip is you're taking, or maybe you are going to just get away for a little bit. And the traditional tarot, this is literally 6, harmonizing number, which I like to see. It's about the 6s can bring that peace and that karma, but it's literally you on a boat alone, and spirit is navigating the boat, okay? Spirit is navigating the boat. So that's what we got to do. We got to give it up, okay? Give it up to spirit. No fears, all right? If you've watched videos like these enough, that's where we're at now, okay? We don't want to have be thinking about fears and whatnot, all right? So, and with that Sagittarius ruled by Jupiter, that's about luck and growth and expansion, okay? And it is, Jupiter's trump card is the Wheel of Fortune. So look at this. We can see that the resources are here, okay? Resources are here. So take advantage of it. We got the 4, 5, 6. So you've got it, all right? Handle it. And also Gemini ruled by Mercury, communicate. And even if the naysayers, the haters are out there, they're always going to be out there. It's called balance. Just like, Watch with the Money too, because Diablo runs that show too. But we balance everything. And then when you're in charge and you're with that divine flow, you're not sure where you're going to be going, but go for that trip, okay? And whether it's a genuine trip that you're taking, or just that, you're going to start taking trips with the divine, whether in your dreams, whether you're thinking on something on daydreaming, bring it forward, okay? Because it's available to us now. The 7 of air, plans that need revision, more going on that meets the eye, poor timing. Well, 7 of spades has come out, double whammy now. All right, so see, we really need to align with spirit, okay? Align with spirit. Don't double guess yourself. You know, if you're working with the divine flow, they know what's to be done, even when you're not. And I've said enough times, I don't want to come on YouTube, right? But really, now it's changed the course of my life. Have I lost many friends and even family members? Oh yes, I have. Yet, I know there's something coming for me, okay? So I want to think as positive as I can, even though, you know, I don't have relationships as tight as I used to with, you know, people that I loved, okay? But now it's the divine speaking with me and through me, and that's where I'm going to stay, okay? I feel secure. I feel protected, even from invisible intelligence. I feel protected, okay? So you too. Now this has come out twice now, so make sure that you're doing everything. But you see it's on a merry-go-round here, okay? So why we don't want to go around and around and around and around and not make a solid gesture of this is what's going to happen, okay? You can make it happen, all right? Make it happen, and just take this journey right here, okay? Because the coin's already on the table, all right? The coin's on the table. So have courage, okay? Have courage, and even if others are, like I said, kind of telling you, oh no, you can't do this. If it's something that's come through the soul, you know, and you're giving yourself, you value yourself, and you're honoring yourself, and you're honoring your soul purpose, then that loving care will come towards you, okay? So, but nonetheless, coin is on the table here. So it's up to you now to get the fears out. And trust me, starting anything new, it was all about, oh, you know, what if I fail? What if I don't? You know what I'm saying? But, and especially if, you know, especially if you're not trying to tap your intuition. You have to tap your intuition, okay? Pay attention to your intuition. Pay attention when you have a hunch. Well, that's your intuition, okay? And no doubt, when you know you're tapping your intuition, that's your soul talking to you, okay? And there you go. Ace of Wings, which is the Ace of Swords. So here we have, with all these swords right here, okay? The air element. You're maybe questioning yourself, okay? And this comes from the True Love Tarot. And you know what? But to question yourself is better than going blinded into something, right? We don't want to do that either. We want to work with Source, the Creator, the higher realm. And that's what Sagittarius is all about, the teaching of spirituality, okay? So aligning with this will give us that focus, that mental focus to triumph in victory, okay? And that's what really, I think this June is going to be happening for many of us. We're going to finally say, I'm getting it. And you triumph in victory, okay? Because yes, you know, changing or moving on to your life path is definitely triumph. And look, the coin's sitting here too. It's something that we definitely don't want to just fool with, okay? Mental clarity. The Swords is all about clarity. Okay, your mind, how you're thinking, your thoughts, are they positive? And then we work with the elements, the metaphysics, and that's why we put those intentions out, okay? And we release what no longer serves us for this June 20th with the summer solstice coming in and this powerful second full moon in Sagittarius, all about that fire. Isn't that, now can you say, that has to mean something, my darlings. Here we have the summer solstice, when that fireball, our sun star, is at its highest peak there, the longest time, and we have that fire Sagittarius, all about the higher wisdom, higher thinking, working with your higher soul power, working with the Creator, the Source, the sun star. I don't think that's a coincidence. That's why it's so powerful. And go for it. Boy, this June is really about, they're saying now, disappointment, okay? And this is with the Five of Shells, the clubs. But to me, this deck is sometimes, even they call the moon fear, okay? Fear. And I like to think positive in the respect, because to me, fives are about changes, yes, no doubt about it. And about movement, yes, no doubt about it. And maybe there's going to be disappointment somewhere with others saying, hey, listen, do you really think you should be doing this? Do you really think so? But the shells, the cups, the water signs, all about our heart. Okay, we come from the heart, el corazón. Okay, when we come from the heart, and sometimes this could be a change of heart too. Like maybe some of you are going through that divorce, or maybe some of you will end a relationship because they're the naysayers, and you're trying to really change your life with working with spirit power. Okay, working and aligning. And so some of your closest relationships, okay, because this is about relationships, partners, partnering in relationships, whether that is family, children. Some of them might not get it, and it might be a disappointment for some of those. And because we have this journey, that you're going to take this journey, okay, and you're taking it with source, it might be a journey to get away from those who you feel are disappointing you, or they feel you've disappointed them, because now you're aligning with the spirit, and that's the way you're going, okay? And so a lot of air signs have come out, so you want to really think this out, okay? Think it out well, but there's triumph, okay? There's triumph in it as well. So don't give up on you. Love you first. And yes, some people do not understand the spiritual side, and nor will they ever, perhaps, okay? And trust me, if we talk about the white light, the dark phantom forces do not want any of that, okay? No doubt. Diablo is not one that wants us to embrace the light, okay? So remember, you have to bring the light in yourself, that light source. But there's triumph when we do. And look at that, how wonderful, with all the coin that we have here now. The Queen of Gems, the Queen of Coin, the Queen of Pentacles has arrived. So there we are. We have a queen, and the queens and the kings, they master themselves, okay? And now we have a service that you can triumph in, and will also bring that money factor, okay? So there's no time to be disappointed in you, because you are going to be the queen, okay? The queen of finances, you can say, queen of business, and perhaps maybe some of you are really truly thinking about venturing out in your own business, okay? So there's triumph with that. And remember, we're giving it up to spirit, though, okay? We're just saying, I believe this is what I'm meant to do. Now remember, we're talking about spirit as a sole purpose, and that's why you came here to do what you come here to do. And you got to focus with that, but it all works with love, okay? Love is the medicine. Love is the energy, okay? But don't give up on you. And please, my darlings, yes, there's always going to be haters out there. And yes, it's disappointing when you want to tell your closest friends or family what you're about to do, and they come in with, you can't do that, right? But you do it anyway, okay? You move forward anyway, and don't give up on you, okay? Don't give up. The coin has come to the table. I know there's a lot of light here, but if you can see it better this way, but don't give up on you. Because look at this. We're talking about this transformative month of June for all of us, anybody watching, okay? All of us can embrace the moon, and all of us can embrace the sun. And, of course, earth, air, fire, water. We can all ground on mother. We can all definitely, walk by a body of water. If not, take a nice, bath. But triumph is here. And transformation is about you making a difference and you changing something. Movement forward, okay? And even if it's about a business trip, take it, all right? Take the business trip. You don't know who you'll meet or what comes forward from that, okay? But definitely it's about big changes coming. And that's why it's like you want to expect a miracle, okay? We want to expect a miracle. That's what we want. We want to expect a miracle and do it because we're aligning with the source, creator. And what a time, this June, I think is just going to be so powerful. And express yourself. If you're watching videos like this, express yourself spiritually, okay? And yes, some people are not going to welcome that, okay? For sure, for sure. And so you will feel some disappointment perhaps, but look what can come for us, okay? And the Queen of Coins, she's one that loves to give money. She's a philanthropist, okay? Maybe somebody will give you to start your new business. And what a wonderful triumph that will be. Okay, so don't give up on you. And let's see what Archangel Michael has to say. Innocence. Archangel Michael with innocence. Dear God and angels, thank you for helping me see that all your qualities of pure love and light are reflected within me and all others. Help me embrace my God-given innocence so that I may be at peace. And how wonderful. Isn't that so? Okay. And even though we want to embrace our God-given innocence to align with the divine flow, to feel that, okay? Just know we want to concentrate and be courageous as we move forward in our spiritual teachings, okay? To surround ourselves with this beautiful white light, okay? And the sun, stars, golden light. I mean, it's all the light from above, okay? And that's when we know we're divinely flowing. We're flowing with the divine, okay? But don't give up on you. And I just want to read this whole thing right now because this is a sweet card. And for some of those, we get the innocent ones, the ones that focus on, prayer and honoring God and honoring, the higher wisdom that you do. And we are so disappointed when others don't get that, aren't we? Okay? Those who don't even believe in angels hurts our heart for those of us who embrace our angels, okay? But don't feel disappointment. It's come on the table. Triumph and victory, okay? Just put it out there. For June, I'm gonna create a masterpiece with the divine, okay? And I'm gonna grow into triumph and victory, all right? Because I'm expecting miracles. Archangel Michael is holding you in a comforting embrace, assuring you of your innocence. Ask him to help you forgive yourself and let go of guilt, which is a heavy emotion that keeps you from experiencing inner peace. There we go. Okay. Let go of the guilt. What a great time for this full moon to release that. If some of you are feeling guilty about something, but we're going to change. We're going to be changing now. Archangel Michael is saying, Archangel Michael, thank you for helping me forgive myself for, and then you can name a specific event, and for anything else I've blamed myself for. Please help me release all self-blame from my mind, body, and emotions. Feel the sensation of deep release as Archangel Michael helps you embrace your true innocence. Your past behavior could never undo God's perfect handiwork in creating you as a powerful, loving, and much-needed being of light and love. And the specific meanings could be: the individual you're inquiring about is innocent. Purify or detoxify. You can trust the situation that you're asking about. Focus on other people's good qualities instead of their mistakes, okay? And there we go. So if you feel disappointed about yourself or someone else, just release it. We all have made our mistakes, okay? But we're moving forward in this white light, bright light, okay? And the prayer, dear God and angels, thank you for helping me see that all of your qualities of pure love and light are reflected within me and all others. Help me embrace my God-given innocence so that I may be at peace. And here we do have a peace karma card that came through, and that's right there, working with the divine flow, okay? Yes, we're going to embrace that divine flow. And whatever has disappointed us in the past, you know what? Like this was saying, We all have made mistakes, okay? But we can all now, if we've been feeling trapped, we're going to release all that because we're going into that power 8. And then if you have to look over things a little more, that's all right, okay? But keep flowing and don't give up on you. Don't give up and embrace the dragons from protection. That 7's a spiritual number, okay? So you can see the invisible intelligence right there is with her. So just don't give up. And there we have our dragons protecting our loot, as they say. Okay? But remember, think spiritual victory with those 7s. Okay? Spiritual victory, and you too. And we don't read gender specific here. You know, it's the queen is here. She's one of the court players. She's mastered herself, okay? And as a king would, and even a woman, you own your own business, you become, in the divination I follow, automatically a king. So again, we can be our queens, we could be our kings, but it does work with the resources. And pay it forward, okay? It's always good to pay it forward. And we want to thank Archangel Michael for coming in with that awesome read that, you know, we're always going to be loved. That's the amazing thing about spirituality. The love factor is always with us. Okay, my darling, please take care of you and embrace you. Give yourself that power. You know, it's about spirituality now. Bathe in that sunlight, okay? Bathe, and love you more. Love yourself first. And be aware of what's going on around you. And don't let the naysayers take you away from your dreams to come true, okay? Don't ever let them take that away. Love you.